What is going on, guys? Welcome to another podcast with me, Dan the Man, aka Daniel's son, and Walking Dead Mike. What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Dan? How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. But we're not talking Walking Dead today. We're talking the other AMC show that, boy, it is, I gotta say, it's starting to become a real. It should be a hit. I think it's a hit. It's starting to become really awesome to watch every time. I'm talking Into the Badlands. Um, we had last episode that was called White Stork Spreads Wings. Mike, what did you think of last episodes of Into the Badlands, and what do you think overall of the series itself?
Overall, the series is I've seen all the promotions for the past couple, like I guess a month or two, maybe a little bit longer than that. And to tell you the truth, Dan, I wasn't too excited for it, but then I watched it, and damn, I'm really enjoying the series a lot. I really am, and I'm looking forward to each new episode that's coming out every week. And now, especially that Walking Dead's not on no more, I'm even looking forward to Sundays even more now, because this is just a pretty good series so far. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And this episode was a lot of action in it. A lot of action. I like how we seen the Baron in action and fighting for like one of the first times. And yeah, he's
You were ready for that, man. You were ready for that.
yeah, he's a maniac, and I'm loving every second of it. What about you? Are you enjoying the series as much as I am?
Mike, I was in the same boat, man. I mean, I saw all the promotion and stuff, and I felt like, it looks like wire work. It doesn't really look like realistic fighting, and I tend to cater to realistic fighting, not kind of like hidden, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type stuff. But I said, okay, my one buddy, my other YouTube buddy, I gotta give him a shout out. JJ, I call him JJ Uchiha. He told me, oh, this is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome. Watch it. So I did end up watching it, but the next day, after it premiered, and boy, man, the choreographing on the fight scenes are just amazing. They are mixed so well. There is some wired work in there, with them kind of flying around a little bit, but still, like some of their, I mean, including last episode, the sword play was so beautiful, and that's what I love about this series is just the fights itself and how they're choreographed and how beautiful they are, and of course the characters. I really, really like Sonny. Sonny is is a protagonist we can get on board with. He has, he has every trait to like him. He's kind of a slave to the Baron, yet he has he loves somebody who's about to have his child. And remember, there's spoilers, so I put it in the tagline. And he just really, he's like this Luke Skywalker. He wants more. He wants to see what's out there. And right now, he has to see what's out there because he has to protect his family after what the Baron did to the woman he loves, pretty much adopted father and mother. So, oh man, Mike, I mean, I'm absolutely loving this series and what they're doing so far. Last episode, that opening was just awesome. Oh man, why do you like the Baron so much, Mike?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. The first episode, I wasn't liking him at all. I feel like, why is this guy the leader of all these people? We didn't even get to see him fight. I bet you he can't even fight. And to tell you the truth, Dan, I underestimated him greatly. And in this episode, he definitely proved me wrong. And I told you I was looking forward to seeing him in action. And he's a maniac. And I'm loving every second of it. I know that he's having maybe something wrong with his brain, that the doctor said he wasn't going to last that much longer. But boy.
He has a tumor. He has a tumor.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't die. I want to see more of him. He's my second favorite character right under Sonny.
Oh man, hashtag beast, man. He's going beast mode on everybody. This guy is the biggest asshole I've seen on television lately, but it's so good. I don't know who the actor's name is, but he's doing a fantastic job playing this douchebag. And you're right, Mike. He's a beast, man. He's crazy, especially when he was fighting the Widow last episode. Oh man, that fight was awesome, and I like the Widow too. I think she's like the Black Widow, man. She's so cool, especially that sword play. That sword play was so beautifully done, and the Baron had her, if not for the tumor, which was she's one lucky lady, and she had him. I like the turn of tables in that last episode where both of them had a chance to kill each other, but something got in the way.
Yeah, that fight was great. It had me on my toes the whole time I was watching it. I love how you thought the Baron was going to get the sword to the face until he caught it. Literally, he caught the sword. That was amazing. That was amazing. And you're right, they both had each other at one point, and the Baron had the widow, and something was going on with his brain. The tumor, I guess, kicked in, and she got a chance to get away. But I'm glad you mentioned the widow because I'm really enjoying her character as well. I really do like her, and I can't wait to see more of her and the Baron and even the widow's daughter. I really like her character as well. The only character that I really am not enjoying, I think we spoke about this a couple of days ago, is MK. I'm really not enjoying him.
Yeah, and really, there wasn't too much in NK in the last episode. I don't think. What did he do last episode? I can't really remember what he really did last episode. I don't think he was really involved in last episode, or maybe he was. I can't remember. You remember, Mike?
No, not really. He really didn't do much in the episode. Sonny told him and the rest of the young kids to stay back and make sure no one left the place. And MK took it upon himself to go into, I believe it was the widow's house or wherever she is staying, and he got that book.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the book.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's really all about it.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about MK. I think me and you feel like this is a miscast. I like your. How do you say he was, Mike? What is he? He's a little bit.
He's a cornball.
Yeah, he's corny as hell, man. Like I just don't. I'm not feeling this character. I think it is a little bit interesting that he does have something within him that he could. Whenever he sees blood, he just turns into a madman. He has these inner powers, so to speak. He has that Kung Fu Panda kind of Po-like powers. But yeah, I just feel like the actor who they casted just doesn't really sell it for me. It's just something about him that makes me not really want. It doesn't make me root for him. It doesn't make me hate him, but he's really just kind of a blah to me.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you about MK as well. I believe they could have done a better casting job with him. I don't really have much to say about him other than I definitely think they should have casted someone else for that role because I don't know, maybe within the next couple episodes or if they renew for a second season, we'll like him more and we'll get used to his acting. But as of right now, the only thing I'm looking forward to is seeing him bleed and turn into the monster or whatever that he turns into.
Yeah. What do you think? I think that was like the first or second episode. I think it was the second episode when MK goes into the house of the widow, and she was kind of questioning him. I was like, for some reason, I was like, what if she's the mom, or something like that, or what if we've already got introduced to the mom of MK because we know MK is searching for his mama. But what if she's already been introduced? How do you feel about that theory, Mike?
I think it's possible because did MK say he remember, like, wasn't MK taken away from his parents at a young age so he wouldn't know what they look like? Am I wrong?
I'm sorry. I said the widow. It's not the widow. It's the Baron's first wife. I thought Baron's first wife might be MK's mom. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean anything's possible because wasn't he saying that he was taken away from his parents or he wasn't with his parents, so maybe he doesn't know what they look like and it could be possible. Am I correct? Or
yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe he does know what his mom looks like because I can't really remember when they separated. He might know what his mom looks like because he says he's searching for his mom, and he might know what his mom looks like. So maybe that theory is just thrown out the window. Yeah, I can't. I honestly, I don't really know. I don't really know if he was at a young age and he never saw his mom, but most likely he did see his mom because the way he acts and the way he talks about her, I think he knows what his mom looks like. So maybe we haven't been introduced to MK's mom. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
Yeah, and I
Um,
like how Sonny has this his love, and she's pregnant now, and then they don't allow that in the Badlands. So I like that now. It gives Sonny a reason to leave the Badlands. So it should be interesting.
which is weird. Like it kind of like why don't they allow that? Why don't they allow Sonny to have a kid? That's kind of odd to me, especially with that being Baron's kind of right hand man. Not only that, like Baron, I think Baron sees Sonny as definitely a son. It's like a father and son type relationship. Yet Sonny hates Baron because of what he's done and what he's pretty much done to him.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely see the Baron. From what I see in the past 3 episodes so far, I think the Baron likes Sonny more than his own son. Yeah, I think he treats him more like a son than his real son. So, yeah, except for that moment where he told Sonny to go and kill the 2 doctors. Well, the doctor and his wife, and Sonny refused to do it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that the Baron sees Sonny as a son more than his own.
Well, I would make the argument too that was a perfect example because he doesn't give second chances to anybody. He actually gave a second chance to Sonny. He pretty much not forgave, but he let Sonny go off on that. He said, motherfucker, next time you better do it, or I'm gonna chop off your head. But man, yeah, and then throughout the episodes we've had, you definitely see Rida jealous and Baron listening to Sonny more than Rida. And Rida, how do you feel about this character, Rida, Mike? I mean, I'm a little, yeah, not too. I guess he's the typical jealous son who wants to take over, his father's legacy. I've seen this character a million times before. There's really nothing too special about him other than the fact that he's banging Baron's second wife.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. We've seen this type of character so many times before. The typical son who wants to take over his father's legacy, the jealous son, and those are the only vibes I'm getting, that he's jealous, and I feel like he's a mama's boy, and he's just trying to prove himself. So far, I'm not liking his character at all, and I'm glad that Sonny actually saved his life when he was dangling from the chain. So I guess maybe that'll make him back off Sonny a little bit more. But as far as now, he's definitely jealous of Sonny and how the Baron is always going to Sonny for advice and per se and all that. So yeah, I'm not liking his character at all. Him and MK.
Yeah, and then I was kind of hoping that he died. I was like, oh, Sonny, don't save him. Don't make it in time. But he made it in time. The other thing, too, is that Rida, after that, we had, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the last episode, trying to piece back the puzzle, we had Sonny's girlfriend. I can't remember her name. I'm gonna look up her name, but we had Sonny's pretty much girlfriend or baby mama go and actually take care of Rida and actually help him through the process because he was on the verge of pretty much dying, and she had to convince basically, Rida's mom that hey, he needs this operation and stuff, or he needs to get the blood out of his head or he's gonna die. And not only that happening, but you had Baron's second wife go to her, and apparently they were friends, maybe when they were kids. So that's an interesting little fact right there that Baron's second wife is friends with her, and she's the and her and Baron, when Baron giving those creepy vibes, trying to when he goes up to Sonny's woman, and it definitely that was an interesting little tidbit what happened last episode. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on that hopefully we'll find out within the next couple episodes, leading up to the season finale. It did seem like they knew each other for a long time, Sonny's girlfriend and the Baron's second wife. It did definitely seem like they knew each other from past experiences. And
Yeah.
I like how she came to her to help Ryder, and she helped him, and now he's obviously alive, and now the Baron is going to her for help, Sonny's girlfriend. And I don't see this ending well, Dan. Tell me if you're on the same page as me. I really think that Sonny's girlfriend is going to bite the dust by the end of the season.
Um, I can't find her name, but yeah, I don't necessarily think so. I don't think so. I don't think she will. I don't think she'll bite the dust. Maybe in the long run, if they get renewed for a lot of seasons. No, no, I still don't see it. Honestly, I don't think she's gonna bite the dust. I think Sonny is gonna have his kid, and she's gonna be alive. But there's a lot of times where I think I'm like, however long the series is going to be, I think eventually, I think Sonny is destined to die somewhere towards the very end, or I think he is a tragic character, and I think he will die, but his family will live. What do you think, Mike? Do you think Sonny will die? I don't think his girlfriend's gonna die. I think Sonny will die at the end of this series.
That's very interesting. AMC, man, they pull off anything. They'll slip the rug right from under your feet. So yeah, it's definitely possible. I can see him dying. Definitely, I don't see him dying within the next 3 episodes or this season. But yeah,
no. I mean, like at
you're
the
saying.
end of the series, at the very end of the series, I see him, dying. But when it comes, he is the main guy, and he is what we want to watch. So I definitely see him lasting, and just till the very last episode overall of this series, because I'm pretty sure they're definitely picking it up for a second season, because it has ratings, and especially like you said, Mike, Walking Dead is not on right now, so Into the Badlands is such a good show to get into at this point.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are gonna still stay on Sundays and watch this Into the Badlands. So yeah, you're right. I really think this it has potential to go on for at least 2, 3, 4 seasons, in my opinion. I don't know how long they have the storyline planned for, or what they have planned for, but it definitely does have potential for at least 2, 3 seasons or more. And yeah, I can see Sonny biting the dust towards the end. Maybe after he has his child and maybe raises him. Maybe there'll be a time skip. Anything could happen.
Most definitely. Baron, on the other hand, though, I could see him lasting maybe 2.5 seasons. I don't see him lasting very long because he has the tumor. So that's going to be interesting, though. When the Baron leaves, who's going to take over his place? I don't think Ryder is the right character, or that actor is the right person to be the baddie, the up-and-coming baddie. But, oh, man, so far I'm just loving Baron. I don't want him to die, so him having that tumor and him having such a short amount of time, I wonder how long he does have when it comes to this series, and how many seasons he has. I think 2.5. What do you think, Mike?
Honestly, I hope it's at least 2.5, like you say, because I really am enjoying this character so much. Even though he's not the nicest guy, or let's just say the most loyal guy, he's been lying to some people we see so far. But I'm really enjoying his character, and I love the way he presents himself. And I hope Sonny's girlfriend's able to save him from his tumor and his brain, so we can see him last 2.5 seasons or even more, like you said, because he's one of my favorite characters, right underneath Sonny. And I definitely can't see Ryder taking the reins when he goes. Definitely not. His mother even said it to him in this episode, that she don't see him.
I'm glad you pointed out. That was a great scene. She just looked at him. She said, "You're not made for this. You need to find a new profession. You're just not made for this." It just was such a good scene, because Ryder he's like, "What?" He's like, "Mom, what? What are you telling me right now?" She's like, "Oh, boy, you're just done. You're done. You need to stop it. Just stop right there." That was a good scene, though. It definitely wasn't like that. It was more emotional impact. But I really did enjoy that scene, Mike. I'm glad you pointed that out. I'm definitely glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, that was a good scene. And yeah, he was definitely thinking what you just said in his head. Like, Mom, what the hell? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely just.
About what? It's just like, oh, man. I didn't expect that either from her. But she realized that, yeah, this kid doesn't have what it takes. He almost died. And I thought he would definitely be more of a badass, but he kind of held his own when he got ambushed. But overall, I thought he'd be a bigger badass than what he is right now.
Yeah, especially being the Baron's son, you'd expect much more from him. And to tell you the truth, he didn't impress me at all, not for 1 second.
No. So let's talk about the widow and basically her overall plan. She wants MK. She wants MK for his hidden potential, his hidden powers. She definitely is. She's going to war with Baron, and we see her go to her little hideout, her little secondary kind of home slash sanctuary. And then she has a she has daughters. She definitely has daughters. I think we've seen maybe one or two daughters other than Matilda. But I really do like Matilda. I think Matilda is definitely she's a little badass, man. You do not mess with Matilda. And we saw that when the widow hired on those guys, and those guys were like, I'm not gonna take the job. You got this little girl over here fighting your battles, and then Matilda just shows off her skills and just totally destroys them. So Matilda and MK do have a little romance going there, but because I don't like MK, I don't necessarily really am feeling about that romance or whatever. But I do want to see more Matilda, because I think Matilda, not only is her name Matilda, and it reminds me of that old school movie of Matilda with those powers, but because she's got skills. What do you think, Mike? What do you think about Matilda and that relationship too with her and her mother? Because it's an interesting relationship. I feel like, the widow loves her, and she definitely trusts her, but then I feel like there's a little distance between those two as well. Just a little gut feeling. What do you think, Mike?
Dan, you nailed it. I mean, I'm really enjoying Matilda's character as well, but you definitely nailed it right there. I do feel a little distant between the widow and her daughter Matilda, because I have a feeling that the widow knows kind of what's going on, and that she's not 100% being loyal to her mother. I think she had. I don't know if you remember the scene. I think it was the last 2 episodes ago, episode 2, when she told MK to yell and pretend that he got his face cut and stuff.
Yeah.
The way they cut that, it made it seem like the mother overheard that she told MK to pretend he was like screaming and stuff. The way they cut that, like it looked like she was peeking in as that was going on. So we might get back to that, and I don't know. I feel like that the widow kind of has an idea of what's going on, and she called her out in this episode saying, "You were the last person into the hallway when we were retreating. Did you see anything?" Like she's definitely calling her daughter out. So who knows? Who knows? There might be some action between her and her mother.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Like, you're totally right, Mike. I'm glad you pointed that out too, because I remember watching that scene, and I remember too, the editing and the cuts. Like, it just like felt like she knew. It felt like she was there kind of like before, like the whole time. That cut was definitely interesting. It kind of like hit me, but I didn't really think anything of it. But glad you pointed that out, Mike, because most definitely, like, the widow is not stupid. She's the deadliest one in this series. She's smart. She knows, and of course she's gonna know, because that's her daughter too. She knows what's going on in her mind. So I totally agree with you, Mike, that she knows something, that Matilda is not being as loyal as she could, and especially with MK. But right now, I think she's got a lot more. Well, she's got to worry. She wants MK for that power, but she's definitely got a lot to really worry about, especially with almost killing the Baron's son and fighting the Baron himself, and almost losing that fight. I gotta say though, that when they were fighting, I absolutely loved the no hesitation of throwing the swords, throwing the knives. Like when Sonny was right when he came in, she just threw that thing. She threw it, and a lot of those moments in the series where they don't hesitate. That's what I absolutely love. They don't hesitate. They go right for the jugular, just like Baron. He went right for the widow. There's no hesitation. He was trying to kill her. Of course, the tumor happened because the writers wanted that to happen. And then it was just vice versa with the widow. No hesitation, wanting to kill him as well. So the killing intent in this series is awesome, because like Sonny killing all these guys, just no hesitation. He's just a straight badass, man. Just a straight badass.
Yeah, there's a lot of badass moments. Starting from the first scene in the first episode when Sonny just whoops about 15 guys' ass right then and there. That just draws you into the show, makes you want to watch more. And ever since then, it's just been nonstop action. A little slow moments, but necessary slow moments. And
yeah. Didn't even use his sword. His sword, man.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you how badass Sonny really is, and it just draws you to his character even more, makes him more lovable as a character, and you just want to see more of that action, and they definitely do deliver. They have been delivering, and right when in this last episode, Baron went into the Widow's place, they were neck and neck fighting, and it was nonstop action. And then obviously, like you said, the tumor happened because the writers want to drag the story on, which is totally necessary. I like the way they're going with it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of underestimating. Even I think it was the first episode when the widow it was raining out, and the widow sent her people to go after Sunny, and she stepped out of the car. The moment I seen the widow, and even in all the promotions, like even we seen her fighting and stuff, I underestimated her. I've been doing a lot of underestimating in this series until they actually show the scenes. And even MK in this episode, episode 3, underestimated the guy in the wheelchair, and I'm
Oh,
loving that man
yeah.
as well. I don't know, I don't recall his name, but I want to see more of him as well. I'm just loving the way the series is going. I'm doing a lot of underestimating, and they're just proving me totally wrong. It's great.
That is the best example, Mike. I mean, you could take a page out of that guy in a wheelchair where you underestimated him, but he beats the shit out of you. Like he kicks your ass, like no problem. That is how it is when I came into the series. Like I didn't think you're right. When these scenes I seen it in the trailer, but then when it's about to happen, I'm like, they're not going to pull this off. It's not going to be as good as I'm thinking it's going to be good. But it blows me out of the water. That rain scene is probably my favorite, and that scene I probably thought was going to be the most corny, most just unbelievable, goofy fight scene. But boy, did they do that beautifully, because we've seen so many raining fight scenes, and we just seen so many, and like, how is this going to differ from all the rest, and how is this not going to be so goofy? Because it looks like wire work some of the times. But no, they nailed that scene. They nailed the introduction of the widow, and you're absolutely right, Mike. I thought the widow was just going to be, behind the scenes, sort of fight a little bit here and there, but she's not going to be too much of a badass. But completely wrong. She's totally a badass. She totally holds her own. And man, the fight sequences are just amazing. I mean, that rain sequence really just comes into mind, because that's probably my favorite one, especially when Sonny is just taking out all these guys, and just overall that scene. And I think the one too when they get ambushed was a great fight sequence as well. I mean, when he's just taking out all these guys and trying to free Ryder as well.
Yeah, that was another good scene. The only thing I didn't like that scene when he helped Ryder and saved his life was at the end. I mean, you knew it was so cliche that MK was just going to come and help Sonny. Like I called that 10, 15 minutes before then. But other than that, I'm loving every single scene and everything that's going on. I've been underestimating the series even before it started, and they've just been proving me wrong. And I'm loving every second of it. And I'm looking forward to see more of the Baron, more of the widow, her daughter Matilda. Not so much MK or Ryder. Obviously, I'm looking forward to see Sonny. There's so much stuff going on, and I just wish the first season was more than 6 episodes, so we can just get a little more. And I definitely see them renewing it for a second and third season, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm loving the series so far, and to tell you the truth, I think we spoke about this. I'm really not that much into like the sword fighting and all this ninja stuff, you can call it, but this series really, really dragging me in, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, man. I mean, AMC is doing a good job. I mean, The Walking Dead, that's another story. We already talked about that,
Oh yeah.
what they're doing with that. But AMC, they know how to make a series, man. And I should have never doubted that this was going to be another hit, because it is another hit. And I could see why it's getting so popular, because people are starting to realize, man, this series is pretty damn good. I think a lot of people too underestimated this series, but AMC knows what they're doing. I mean, they got The Walking Dead, they got this, they got Better Call Saul, they had Breaking Bad. I mean, just Mad Men. I never seen Mad Men, but I've heard it's a really, really great show as well. So AMC, man, if you're looking for good television content, good storylines, characters, I mean, they're really killing it. And Into the Badlands is just another one they could put on the mantle because I think it's just 6 episodes. I do wish it was just a little tad bit longer, but 6 episodes is good enough to really have us really looking and wanting more of. And they're just smart. They want us to have more of this show. So come next season, we're ready for that long haul. We're ready for those 13 episodes or how many episodes, 20 episodes, how many episodes they want to do for the second season. But yeah, man, I mean, this, you know what I absolutely love about this series too, Mike, is the production design, the sets, the setting, everything that, because it gives me a little bit of kind of a Mortal Kombat kind of feel, but not only that, it gives me a lot of Enter the Dragon kind of feel, and it gives me just the overall designs, like the clothing, that the Sonny's clothing, Sonny's sword, Sonny, how he's inked on the idea of him always getting a mark when he's killing somebody, getting tatted up. And I like that scene too, where he goes to the guy, he says, I forgot who he's looking for, but he says, the guy asks him, you haven't come in here to get, your marks in a while. He's like, oh, I stopped counting. So I did like that scene, just to let you know. It tells you that, yeah, he's killing a lot of people. Like he would have a whole body worth of ink. So I think he's stopping at this point. So you're only gonna have that ink on his back. But overall, man, I just love just the production value on here. It doesn't look cheap. It feels real because the settings feel real. It feels like I'm actually there. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of special effects or anything like that. The only thing is like kind of the wire work. It really feels like a society. It definitely feels like a society that's kind of definitely different, like a novel. It feels like you're reading a novel and you're taken into this far-off land, and these are different rules in the game of the setting. I really do feel they just nailed it with the designs, the setting, overall, just the overall how it's going about in the series. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think they're doing a fantastic job. I mean, I'm glad how you mentioned like the setting and all that. And now that you said it, I wasn't thinking this until you mentioned it. It is kind of giving me like a Mortal Kombat vibe. And now that you said that, yeah, I'm loving it even more. Totally forgot about Mortal Kombat. It's been so long. But yeah, the setting is fantastic and everything. And I'm glad how you mentioned as well how Sonny was going to see that guy who gives him the tattoos about every time he kills somebody. And he was talking. So I think Sonny said something how he's not enjoying this or whatever. He indirectly said that. And the man replied and said, everyone who comes through this door wants to be you, except for you. And that just hit me. And I think that hit Sonny too. Sonny definitely took that and that hit his heart. And I believe that he's going to be in there getting more marks on his skin in a matter of time. I don't think that's the last we will see of him getting the ink for each person he kills. And yeah, you're absolutely right about the setting and all the camera angles and the way they're cutting these scenes. It doesn't make it look fake at all. I mean, you would think with all the stuff that's going on and all this crazy fighting that it would look a little bit unrealistic, but it's totally opposite of that. They're doing a fantastic job. Everything so far.
Well said, Mike. I mean, the direction, you're absolutely right. The direction, because if you don't have good camera angles and if you don't have good direction, these fight scenes are going to be just like that, goofy. They're going to be just like unrealistic. But the way they handle the camera movement, the way they handle these scenes, bravo to the choreograph. But you gotta know what kind of shots you're going to want to do to make this just as impactful when you're viewing it. And I think the direction, they're doing a fantastic job with the direction. That's what's bringing me in too, is because I could see the fights, I could see what's happening in the fights, and and I think the editing too, when they I don't usually like slow motion, but when they do slow it down a little bit, or just the editing and the fast-paced editing, I really do think they're doing a fantastic job with all of that's going into it, production-wise and film-wise and direction-wise. I mean, they're doing just a fantastic job. This is why the series right now is getting momentum, because it has really every element. There is a few elements, like we said, like the characters are a little bit dull. We're not really rooting for them as much. I would even say, no, there's not really a lot of things going on. everything's well balanced too. A lot of things that are going on in here, it's well balanced. Like you have the things with Baron, you have the things with Widow, you have the things with Sonny and his situation, you have MK. I mean, this is a lot of things thrown at you, but I think they kind of explained the world well, and I think you can really, once you watch that first episode, you kind of understand what's going on, and then once you move on from that first episode to the second to the third, you really know what's going on. You really know what the Baron is, what his kind of cult-like situation, his little army is, just overall how the rules kind of work in this environment. So, man, Mike, it's doing a great job. It's starting to become, hopefully it just keeps the momentum into the second season in these last episodes that we get. But you're absolutely right, Mike. I mean, the direction is just fantastic in here, and that's another key element for this type of series.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but I'm definitely looking forward to so much more. I feel like as much as I dislike MK's character, I know you don't like him too much as well, but I'm looking forward to more of his backstory and why, if there's any more people like him in this world of the Badlands, because I'm sure he's not the only one, you know?
Yeah, well, what's the deal with his home? I mean, what's that whole mystery, where and he knows, I think he said that he knows what's beyond the Badlands. Like there's something beyond the Badlands. So he was there, or his family was there, or something like that. But yeah, man, I'm interested to see that whole element. I'm interested to see his mom. I'm interested to see if he does become as strong as Sonny, because Sonny is teaching him and he's showing him the way. And we did get a little bit of that training. He's a hard-headed kid, of course. Like he doesn't want to kind of listen to Sonny. But after that wheelchair, the guy kicking his ass, I think he's motivated now.
Oh yeah. Now I have a question. You know how we have the Baron, Sonny's Baron, and I believe is the Widow considered a Baron as well?
Yeah, I think she is. I think she definitely is. Which is funny, because I was gonna point that out too, is that there are other Barons. I believe there are other Barons out there. So we haven't even seen the other Barons.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Now I'm totally looking because they're only giving us a very tiny piece of the pie right now. And I feel like there's so much more they're going to give us in the next couple episodes and maybe next couple seasons, if there is some, which I can't see why there wouldn't be. We're going to be introduced to so many more Barons that are probably so much more badass or on the same level, even greater as the Widow and the Baron we have now. And again, as much as I don't like MK's character, I want to see more about his backstory and who exactly he is and how he got this power that he has. And I want to learn more about his power, and if anyone else can learn his power, or he's just like a weapon, like the Widow thinks. But I'm looking forward to see more of these Barons and more of these other like societies that are in the Badlands. I'm just totally looking forward to all of it, and I really can't wait to see what they have to offer. Like I said, I think they're only giving us a very small piece of the pie, and once we get a bigger chunk of that pie, I think there's going to just be so much more coming into play, and it's just going to be even 10 times greater than it is.
Oh, hell yeah, man. And especially if they get like a prestige actor who is in the martial arts world. I mean, imagine a Jackie Chan or a Jet Li in here. That would just be awesome. I love that. Or a Donnie Yen, Ip Man. That would be sweet. But of course, that's not going to happen. Or maybe it will. I'm not sure. But I do like the fact that I want to see more Barons, most definitely. But I like the fact that Barons are not like made from bloodline. They're created. Like Baron said, that you have to fight your way to become a Baron. Like Baron, his father before him wasn't a Baron. I think the Baron that we know, Sonny's Baron, he actually fought his way to become the leader of everything. And we see that with a lot of the, like Sonny, we see the overall, all these kids, training, fighting, really when they're, like the pit. We see the pit, and they're really training with each other and really fighting each other. So I think the interesting thing is that Baron could really be anybody, honestly. But of course, it's kind of weird too how they're trying to bring it down. Because I remember the Baron. I know Ryder wants to be the Baron. I know Ryder wants to take his father's place, but I do remember Baron saying that, I had to fight to become a Baron. I had to, I came from nothing. Then look at me now. I told my Baron that, someday I'm gonna be the Baron and stuff. So I really do like that heart. That really, you got to be a beast. You got to be a savage to become the Baron. But sometimes that's not good because the Baron that we know right now, he's fought and he's struggled and he had to kill. But that dude just loves killing people, and that dude is just a heartless guy. So maybe that process of becoming the Baron himself really turned him into that. But oh man, I can't wait to see more Barons. I can't wait to see how more badass they are. How just as badass they are. It's really interesting how we have the Barons kind of spread out. So I'm definitely interested to see who the other Barons are, Mike.
Yeah, it's gonna be a much better show when we introduce to more badasses like the Baron, because like I said before, I was totally underestimating the Baron, and when I seen him fight in this episode, I just fell in love with him, and now I went from disliking him to him being one of my favorite characters. He's right underneath Sunny, and I just want to see him fight more, and I'm hoping that Sunny's girlfriend does save him and save his life, so his tumor or whatever's going on in his head is done, and now he's safe. So
Yeah.
there's just so much going on, and there's going to be even more going on in the future episodes to come, and it's just going to be even more of an amazing show.
What do you think about his wives? What do you think about his first wife and, well, apparently it's not his wife yet, but his second to-be wife?
I mean, I like the first wife. I can definitely see her trying to kill the younger girl. But yeah, I don't like that other girl who's likes Ryder and the Baron at the same time. I'm not liking her, but I'm definitely liking his first wife, Ryder's mother.
Yeah. Oh, just wait till the Baron finds out about that affair. Woo! Oh man, you think he'd kill his son?
From what we're seeing now, he seems like an antagonist of the series, like he's a bad guy. So yeah, I can definitely see him killing his son. Obviously, he won't let anyone know, but I can definitely see it happening. Because you can see that he's been lying a lot. Like he went to Sonny's girlfriend. He's like, "I'm sorry, what happened to your parents?
Oh yeah,
do everything in my power to find the person who killed your parents." Meanwhile, it was him. So yeah, he's definitely a liar and manipulative person. So I can definitely see him killing his own son, without a doubt.
Yeah, I was like, this guy right here. Just go ahead and slap the shit out of him, but you're gonna die if you do that. But yeah, I mean, just this guy he's such a great villain. I think if anything, this series definitely has they definitely have a strong villain and they definitely have a strong protagonist with Sonny and the Baron. It's definitely an interesting relationship between those two as well. Is there anything else, Mike, that you want to talk about with this series? Because so far, I mean, this series is just awesome. If anybody hasn't seen it, you need to watch this series, especially with The Walking Dead not on AMC right now.
Yeah, I definitely suggest this series to all of the fans of Walking Dead who are going to be bored the next couple Sundays. You can catch up on AMC.com. All 3 episodes are up there. Catch up. You're going to enjoy the episodes, I guarantee it, and come back in the comment section and let us know how you feel about it, because I think you agree with me 100%, Dan, when we both say that you're not going to regret watching this series. I think everyone who watches it is going to enjoy it. At least 90% of the people who watch it are going to have positive reviews about this.
Have you heard anybody talking about it, Mike? Have you heard anybody,
I've been seeing a lot in the comment sections on YouTube and stuff under the Walking Dead videos saying that Into the Badlands is a great show. I can't wait to see the next episode. To tell you the truth, I really haven't seen any negative comments in any of the comment sections. That's where I've mostly been seeing all the comments, like on the YouTube videos that I watch and stuff. So other than that, no, I haven't seen any negative feedback from this show so far. And after this, definitely going to look on the Wikipedia to see how many views they're getting within the first episode, if the ratings are going up or down, because I'm very interested in that.
Oh yeah, I would think it's going up since The Walking Dead, especially with the mid-season finale with The Walking Dead. I mean, The Walking Dead is helping Into the Badlands, and it made it that hit show because it's a 1-2 kind of combo. But now that The Walking Dead's gone, I am very confident that Into the Badlands will still strive for those ratings and people will still tune in because it's perfect. These 3 episodes to get you really – that's perfect. That's a perfect way of going into this show and really getting people involved and really check it out is 3 episodes. So now that The Walking Dead's gone, it has legs and it's ready to just sprint. And I think Into the Badlands right now – I'm sorry, Walking Dead, but Into the Badlands has been more entertaining these last 3 weeks than The Walking Dead itself. And I think, Mike, I think you agree with me on that.
Sad to say, Dan, but yes, I have to agree with you on that. Into the Badlands has definitely been giving me more interest than The Walking Dead has been the past 3 weeks. And you know what? It's sad to say, but it's the truth, Dan. It is the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, we got Into the Badlands, and then Better Call Saul is just right around the corner. Cannot wait till that show comes back on. Oh, I love that show. It's so funny and so entertaining. You talk about entertaining show. It's a different kind of entertaining. So, AMC, continue doing what you're doing, man. Continue doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Okay, Mike, I think that's it, man. I think we covered, 3 episodes in. We talked about what we liked, and last episode of Into the Badlands, we're telling people to just go check it out. I haven't heard any negative reviews on it. If anything, I think what we pointed out is really what's the problem with this series is the little bit of the characters a little bit. But even that, this show definitely has legs and definitely the future looks so bright for Sonny and the gang. Oh, yeah, pun intended. Well, anyway, so thank you, Mike, for joining me. Into the Badlands, man. Into the Badlands, bro.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see that new episode on Sunday and the 2 after that. I have my hopes high. It's going to be great.
Most definitely. Hopefully it comes on a little bit earlier, too, now that The Walking Dead's gone.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Maybe it'll come out on 9 instead of 10 Eastern time.
Yeah, I got work, man. I got work.
Uh-oh.
So I want to thank you, Mike, for joining me. Walking Dead Mike, everybody.
Thank you very much, Dan. I appreciate you having me again.
You can check out all our podcasts on my channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for support. And if you love Sonny, and also like the video if you like it, and comment below because we're very interested in seeing what you guys have to say about overall this series and if you're enjoying it and some of the problems you have with it. So I want to thank all you guys for listening and joining us and viewing or watching our stuff, our content. So I'm Dan Mega Daniel's son, along with Walking Dead Mike, and well, you guys have a great week. See you, Mike.
See you later, Dan. Thanks.
See you, Mike. All right. See you guys later. Bye.